All right, let's get started. Sweep your arms up wide as you breathe in, and then exhale as you bring your arms down by your side. Again, breathing in, gaze up towards the ceiling, and exhale, bringing your arms back down. All right, plate your right hand on the ground and sweep your left arm up and over, and do the same on the left side. Breathing in as you come back to the center and exhaling over to the other side. Place your palms together, shoulders down, elbows up, and slightly turn from one side to the other, keeping your gaze in between your hands, opening up your spine. And one more time. Exhaling as you turn, breathing as you come back to the center. And again over to the other side. And go ahead and place your hand, one hand on either knee, and roll your belly around. Loosening up that spine, loosening up your core. Reverse the rotation. Nice big belly rolls. And then make your way into a seated position. Knees and legs about hip distance apart. And then go ahead and breathe in as you lift up your chin, opening up your chest, and then push that belly to the base of your spine. And then from here, sitting up straight, arms ahead, go ahead and roll back just enough. You have a nice little C curve in your back, and as you bring your arms up high, exhale as we go back, breathe in as we come back to the center. Really reach and extend those fingers away from you. And then go ahead and reach and extend those fingertips away towards you, and then come back to the center. Exhale as you once again lower, arms on either side of your ears. Breathe in as you come back. One more time. And we're going to go ahead and sweep our right arm to the side, and then back down our left arm to the side. And continue from right to left as we rock forward and back, using those abs to control and manage this movement. Go ahead and place your hands on either side of your hips. Bend your left knee, and a little bit bend in the right knee is okay, and lower and lift that right leg. Make sure that you are sitting up as straight as possible. So use those abs, tighten them to help lift and lower that leg. And then sweep that leg out to the side and back in, keeping that leg covered. Back and in. And then go ahead and lift and lower that leg, keeping that leg elevated. And draw little circles in one direction. All right, let's do the opposite leg. The left leg, lift and lower the leg. Same thing. Tighten those abs. Help support your spine. And we're going to sweep that leg out to the left and then back into the center. Go ahead and draw circles with that leg. Reversing the rotation. Go ahead and sit up straight again. A few more stretches here, forward and back. Bring your arms forward, and let's roll all the way down one vertebrae at a time, using your abs to lower yourself down, bringing your arms by your side. Go ahead and sweep those arms up overhead, reach and extend those fingers in opposite direction, and then they draw them forward and pull your right knee in, lifting your head up, elevate your left leg. Go ahead and switch from right to left, having one hand on the top and lower part of each shin. Make sure you keep the crown of your head as close as you can towards the ceiling. And then go ahead and lower down, squeeze your knees towards your rock from side to side. We're going to go to a double leg stretch now, sweeping our arms out and around as we extend our legs out in the opposite direction. And try to keep that head up. Tuck your chin under as if you were holding a tennis ball underneath your chin. And then lower your head and chest, rock your arms around your knees, squeeze and tighten, rock from side to side. And bring your legs up into tabletop position. And with the legs together, using those abs to lower and lift your legs. Slight toe tap as your legs come down, keeping your knees bent. Make sure your back doesn't lift up off the ground. Cement that tailbone on the ground, that will help. And again, tighten your abs. Okay, go ahead and straighten both legs. We're just going to scissor or kick our legs back and forth. A little bit bend in the knee is okay, but try to straighten the legs as much as possible. And then go ahead and let's open the legs out. So point to open the legs out into a V position and flex to bring those legs back in, and keep going. Always with control. Again, squeeze those ab muscles. And then you can crisscross your legs and open. You can keep your feet pointed. Crisscross and open. Go ahead and once again bring those knees into your chest, squeeze them tight and rock from side to side. Place your hands back on the ground. Bring your legs back into tabletop. And then we're going to go ahead and lift your head and chest and pump those arms, breathing in for a count of 5 and exhaling for a count of 5. Try to lift up that head and chest as much as possible. Keep your gaze just below your knees. And you can keep your knees bent or straighten them out and slowly lower them one at a time, just enough where your back doesn't lift up off the ground. But you can manage that using your abs alone. Keep pumping, keep breathing. And if your legs are straight and lower, then bring them back up slowly, bit by bit. Go ahead and bend your knees. Keep pumping. And then once again, lower your head and chest and rock those knees from side to side. Place your hands back down, feet back down. Bring your heels into your glutes. Let's make our way into a bridge, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. And roll back down. We're going to do that one more time. Peel off the tailbone and roll right back up. Let's bring our right leg straight up overhead. Flex and point that right foot. Foot's directly over top of that right hip. And we're going to flex that foot as we lower that leg and point to bring the leg back up and keep going. So that heel almost touches the ground, but not quite. Keep those hips up. And lower that leg. Let's do the opposite left leg. Extend that leg up overhead. Flex and point your left foot. Keep your foot flexed and then lower that leg and then point to bring that leg right back up and continue. And go ahead and lower your left foot. And squeeze those glutes as you do little pumps. And then you're going to go ahead and down and lift and open your knees and close your knees. So down, up, open, closed. Down, up, open, closed. And continue. And go ahead and roll all the way back down. Bring your right knee in and your left knee in and squeeze them tight and rock from side to side. Lower both legs. Let's make your way over to your side. Extend those legs out away from you. Elbow is directly underneath your shoulder. Now go ahead and lift up, extending your arm up overhead. You're going to lift and lower those hips using your lower obliques. Squeeze them tight. That will automatically lift those hips up. And then you're going to sweep the top arm up and over as you gaze down towards the top of that right hand. Keep your hips stacked. And go ahead and lower those hips all the way back down. You could rest your head on an extended arm or with your elbow bent. Place your top hand on your hips or in front of your support. And I'm going to zip those legs up and lift and lower those legs. So think about squeezing your top obliques. Okay, your top side. Squeeze them tight to lift and lower those legs. Now, you could place the top foot in front or behind that lower leg, or just keep it elevated as you lift and lower the bottom leg, squeezing the inner thigh of that right leg. Keep going, lifting and lowering that bottom leg. Little pulses here. Lower both legs. And then you can do a modified runner stretch. Grab the top part of that foot and gently guide it back. Heel to your glute. And then extend that leg, grab anywhere below the knee. And then pull that leg towards you, maybe a little bit back behind you. And then make your way to the opposite side. So back on down. Again, your elbow is underneath your shoulder. Stack those hips, legs are together. Try to lift that chest up off of that shoulder, and then you're going to reach, lifting and lowering those hips, reaching that top arm up and over. Try to really extend those fingertips up and away from you. And then again, keep your gaze on or the top of that lower hand as you reach that other hand up and over. Keep breathing. Go ahead and come down. You could rest your head on an extended arm or with your elbow bent, and then rest on your head. Top arm in front of you or on your hip for support. Sink those legs or zip those legs up. Lift and lower those legs now. Lift them up as high as you can. Try not to let those legs just fall to the floor. Keep them elevated if you can. Okay, now raise that top leg and lift and lower the bottom leg. Working your inner thigh of the opposite leg. And little pulses, that lower leg. Go ahead and lower both legs. Take a few deep breaths then and make your way onto your belly. Tuck those toes under. Go ahead and extend those arms out overhead and extend your toes out behind. You could rest your head on your arms if you would like. Using your glutes, lift and lower each leg. Now make sure those hips stay on the ground. Point your toes to help lengthen that leg and prevent your knee from falling or your knee from bending. And then we're going to lift and lower opposite arm, opposite leg. Make sure your hips don't lift up. Now open your legs and your arms up into a V. Lift and hold. And release back down. 2 more times. Ready? Lift and hold. And back down again. 1 more time. Lift and hold. And release back down. Let's lift up both legs and scissor kick those legs back and forth. Again, squeezing your glutes. Try to keep your knees from bending. The closer you bring those legs together, the harder it is. Okay, keeping those legs up. Point your toes outward and draw your heels in together. Really squeeze your glutes to bring those heels in as close as you possibly can, and then pulse them together. And lower the legs. Bring your arms out into a W position and lift that chest up. Squeeze those elbows back and then extend the arms forward or push the fingertips away from you. Lifting your chest up as you squeeze your shoulder blades and drive those elbows straight back. Keep your hips on the ground. Go ahead and place your hands underneath your shoulders, lift your chest up, and try to straighten your arms as much as possible without your hips coming up off the ground. Bring your chin up just slightly, and then go ahead and come all the way back down again. Let's do that again. This time we're going to push back and make our way into a child's pose, pushing that tailbone back behind us as we reach and extend our fingers in the opposite direction. And allow yourself to relax in this stretch. Take a few deep breaths. Make your way into a box position, and let's do a couple cat-cows. Exhaling as we round out our back. Breathe in. And let's extend opposite arm, opposite leg. And go ahead and sweep the arm and the leg around in the opposite direction. And back, around, and then lower. Let's do the other side. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Hold, and then sweep them around to the opposite side, and back around, and then down again. Okay, and you could stay on your knees or lift those knees up, and we're going to hover on the toes and the hands. And come back up again. You could just stay in this position, or again, you could be on that right knee, or elevate the knee, and then lift and lower the other leg. Knee is bent. Lifting the sole of your feet, pushing it up as high as you can, and lower the right leg. Let's do the opposite on the left leg. Lifting and lowering, pushing the sole of the foot straight up, and then you bring the knee up and back down again. Lower the leg. Let's come down our knees and once again push back into a child's pose. Flattening out your back. Take in a few deep breaths in and out. Make your way back into a box position. Tuck the toes under, and then draw that right knee in, and then back. Squeezing your knee into your chin, and then pushing that foot right back, straightening our leg. So extend, and then squeeze. Extend, and squeeze. You could do this with your other knee down on the ground if you prefer. It's a little bit harder on your toes. And let's do the opposite leg. And go ahead and lower both legs. And once again, push back into a child's pose. Going to come back into a box position. Bend your knees, cross your feet, and bring those hands directly underneath you. You can place your hands into a heart position so your forefinger and your thumb are together, and then go ahead and lower your chest up and down as your elbows push out to the side. Now you could also do this in a full plank for your push-ups if you prefer. You can adjust your arms, position them a little bit out to the side, and then bend your elbows back behind you, tucking your elbows in at your side. Keep going. A few more push-ups. Again, this could also be done as a full plank. And now let's make our way into a downward dog as you draw your head in between your outstretched arms, pushing that booty straight up. If you need to paddle your feet out a few times, that's fine. And then we're going to release that right leg and pull it straight back up as we lift and lower the left heel. Try to bring that right leg up as high as you can. We're going to do the opposite. Extend the left leg up as high as you can, and then we're going to lift and lower with our right heel. And then lower that left leg, push back into a downward dog. Lift your heels up, bend your knees, push that booty straight back. Straighten your legs and then lower your heels. Let's do that again. Heels up, bend your knees, push that tailbone straight back. Straighten your legs and heels down. One more time, heels up, bend your knees, push that tailbone back, straighten your legs, and heels down. Let's come back down on our knees and make our way into a child's pose. And go ahead and make your way into a seated position, back where we started. Legs are crossed. Let's bring one arm to the side as the other one sweeps up and over, gaze up towards the ceiling. Nice big stretch here. Breathe in as you come back up. Exhale, other arm up and over. Back into a seated position. Open your arms up wide and let's go ahead and rotate from side to side, keeping your gaze right in the middle between those outstretched arms. Place your hands on opposite knee. Now once again, let's roll that belly around, loosening up our core once again, just releasing any tension you might have. And breathe in as we sweep our arms up high, gaze up towards your arms, and exhale to bring your arms back down. Let's do that again. Breathe in, big wide sweep up, and go ahead and place the palm of your hands together, lower them to your heart center, and congratulate yourself for a job well done. Thank you for joining me.